few weeks ago, I decided to take a trip. If anyone knows me, I'm horrible at planning and executing trips. A lot of my personal time is pretty much dedicated to family and loved ones and people in my life that I care about. I'm not really good at that, right? And also my work obligations as well. I just don't really find the time to just get away. So a couple weeks ago, I decided to take a trip to Vancouver and Seattle, see a friend of mine. Went to hike up in Gross Mountain, which is really amazing. It's the tallest peak in Vancouver. I was also able to get on the train and go to see the North Cascades and just bask in the beauty of nature, right? So I was able to do all that sort of stuff, and I was able to shop and sightsee and do all these wonderful things. Now, part of that, I was ultimately trying to seek awe. What is awe? I was able to find a definition online that I believe that encompasses all gamuts of awe, and I hope you agree with me. Awe is an overwhelming feeling of reverence, admiration, or even fear, produced by which is grand, sublime, or extremely powerful. Awe shifts our personal paradigms and challenges our personal beliefs. It makes us feel more connected to the world and our understanding of it, and also it makes our problems ultimately feel very minute and infinitesimal. One of the most renowned psychologists of the day, Jonathan Haidt, mentions in his book, The Anxious Mind, 5 ways in which awe improves overall well-being. He researches this with his colleague, Dr. Ketchner, in about 2011. I will link that in the bottom. But overall, there's a multitude of benefits in terms of why we should all seek awe. One of them is a shift in neurophysiology. Overall, your mind-muscle connection in terms of how you feel throughout your body. Secondly, you have a diminished focus of self. You're not thinking about your own problems. You're not thinking about what's going on in the world. You're thinking about what you have in the present. This also increases pro-social behavior, cooperability with others, and just being able to just live in the moment. I kind of get back to that. You have a greater sense of integration, overall greater sense of purpose and well-being. So these are all super important. Now, why should you seek awe? And why am I talking about this right now? I'm talking about this because, like anyone else, we're all inundated with technology, and we're always on our phones. We're always consumed with information in terms of what we need to do. I'll be honest, sometimes I'll sit down and I think about, I'm not being productive. Thinking about, I need to do something right now. I need to get something done, get something off my list. It's something that we all deal with and experience, especially, in this information age where we're so much inundated with information. There's so much demand in terms of what we have from our loved ones, our relationships, and we rarely take time for ourselves to just be in the moment, be present. And I know this is something on social media that's just something that's kind of hokey, people talk about all the time, but I'm really serious about this. Now, one of the easiest and most successful ways to seek awe in your daily life is simply through nature. I believe that most people have this innate desire to be one with nature, be connected to the earth. It's just something that's imbued in the human spirit. I think it's super important to just reconnect with nature. We need the tonic of wildness. At the same time, we are earnest to explore and learn all things. We require that all things be mysterious and unexplorable, that land and sea be indefinitely wild, unsurveyed, and unfathomed by us, because unfathomable. We can never have enough of nature. Henry David Thoreau, Walden. I love going to national parks and hiking and being around. For example, I love fall, seeing the trees. I love all seasons. That's something that's super important to me ever since I was a child. Just going out and being one with nature, going out and just, I remember as a child just looking under rocks, looking at anthills, wherever it may be, looking at the cicadas and crickets. I mean, this is something that is so imbued in our DNA. I think it's just something that we need to do, and we need to be reminded ourselves that, while we're stuck in the office, while we're at home, or wherever it may be, take some time to just walk outside and seek nature. It doesn't have to be grandiose. I mean, this is right outside where I live, to seek that. You could go to, like I said, national parks. You can go out and see the waterfalls, see nature, see the animals out there. Just be one and be present. I mean, that's something that is super important. But you don't have to seek awe through nature as well. There's other ways. There's beauty in the world through humans in terms of their own personal expression. I mean, for example, we're about to see the Olympics in a few weeks, and we're going to see Simone Biles. We're going to see a bunch of athletes that are just amazing at what they do. We're just going to see them do what they're do what the best they can do in terms of what they enjoy and their passion and extending the human body to just beyond the limits of what we believe is impossible. I mean, that's in itself awe. Just the human expression of the body and the human ability. Sometimes when I listen to new music, I get awe because I'm just like, oh my goodness, how did this person come with what this riff or this expression? I mean, it's so simple, but we forget about this as well. That awe can just be in the most intimate places, small places around us, and so close to us. I mean, another example of me going to the museums and just seeing art in its full expression, right? And just seeing someone express a sliver of the human experience for us and putting it on display. I think there's a level of vulnerability to that, but it's also a level of expression I believe that we all need, because there's a level of relatability to that. I mean, that kind of ties into the epiphanies in terms of what awe is as well. So there are many ways that you can seek awe. Another way I like to seek awe is through slow mornings. I mean, simply just waking up, making breakfast, making coffee, and just savoring and just looking outside. I think those are really important times that we can just be there, be one, be present. And I think this is super important because we're so consumed with society, we're so consumed with what's going on, what people think about us, their opinions or whatever it may be. When I mentioned earlier Jonathan Haidt, I mentioned him because he talks about the anxious mind. He talks about, the reason I was making this video is because I was thinking about the impacts of social media and what it has on people and individuals, and the comparison, and our stress in our daily lives and our obligations to other people, which is perfectly fine. I think this is something that we all experience, but it kind of made me think about what can I do to improve my own personal life. I hope this video helped people learn a little bit more about awe, why it's important to seek, what types of awe is out there, and how you can do it in your daily life. Now, obviously mine is geared more towards nature, as you've seen in my video, and also I like a little bit of music. I like to have my slow mornings, but everyone else is unique. So I would like you to write down in the comments and tell me how you seek awe, and let's share it and learn from each other. I hope this video helps. I hope that you continue to like and subscribe to my videos. Hoping to launch more soon, and I just have so many ideas I want to get out to the world. So thank you for listening.